Hi there, this morning I'm here in Macksville station and I'm about to catch a southbound XPT. Now, but my final destination is down to Port Macquarie. By the way, my name's Kerry and welcome to my YouTube channel, Public Transport and Cart Hacks. Anyway, here comes the train now, so I'll get on and I'll tell you more about where I'm going and how I'm getting there. Gee, that's mine. Car G, seat 12. That looks like it. This train I'm catching leaves Macksville 7 days a week at 7:21. It leaves Grafton at 5 o'clock or 5:15 each morning and heads down to Sydney. Now, the usual way to get from Macksville or anywhere north of Port Macquarie is to catch a train down to Wauchope, and then once you get to Wauchope you change at Wauchope for a bus out to Port Macquarie. Now, when I looked at the timetable with New South Wales TrainLink, the train took me down to Wauchope on the Brisbane XPT, got me down to Wauchope, but there was a 4.5 hour layover in Wauchope before the bus left Port Macquarie. So that wasn't much good. So what I did, I looked at some of the local bus timetables and I found that there was a bus that leaves Kempsey an hour after the train arrives at Kempsey. So I thought I'll just get off at Kempsey and I'll catch the bus from Kempsey to Port Macquarie. Now, the service is run by a company called Busways. Anyway, settle back and let's enjoy the trip down to Kempsey. Now, the trip from Macksville down to Kempsey will take about an hour, and there's only one stop along the way, that's Yungai. And after Yungai, if we get through to Kempsey, then at Kempsey I change, and unfortunately the bus that I'm going to catch from Kempsey through to Port Macquarie doesn't stop at Kempsey railway station, so I'm going to have to walk into town. Now, it's about an 8-minute walk from Kempsey railway station, which is situated at West Kempsey, down into Kempsey town. So it gives us a chance to have a look around the West Kempsey and gives us a chance also to have a look around Kempsey. Well, Yungai only has one southbound service a day which stops here, one northbound. Anyway, this is the southbound service. Now once we get to Kempsey, and I'll walk into town, then I'll catch the bus from Kempsey to Port Macquarie. And once I get to Port Macquarie, I'll have a quick look around Port Macquarie. Then I'm going to catch another bus which is going to take me down through Lake Cathie or Lake Cathie, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, down through Laurieton and through to Kendall. And then from Kendall, I'm going to catch the XPT this afternoon back to Macksville.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly our service will be arriving at Kempsey. If If you are leaving the service at Kempsey, please prepare to do so. Our next stop, Kempsey.
Well, welcome to Kempsey.
I'm going to leave the train here. I'm going to head down to Kempsey so I can catch the bus. He's heading out to Port Macquarie. I'd like to stay and see the train leave, but I don't think I'll have time.
Well, that was pretty good. The moment I say I haven't got time, the train leaves. Anyway, just near the station, there's a veggie garden. Yeah. Oh, a nice little crop of tomatoes, pumpkin, and that looks like weeds. That looks like the old station master's house in there. Church across the road. Well, just a short walk from the station. Here we are in West Kempsey. There's another view of West Kempsey. There's Kempsey Station down there. Well, it certainly looks like we're going to get a bit of rain. Aha! This looks like the bus stop we're looking for. And just in case it's not, I can ask that lady sitting there. Port Central Bar Airport. That's the one I want. That rain's certainly coming down. Yes, there it is. 3:40 and it leaves at 9:10 weekdays. Well, I just spoke to the very nice lady sitting there on the bus stop, and she's also going to Port Macquarie. And she also gave me directions for a cafe, a coffee shop, and I'll get a cup of coffee while I'm waiting. I've still got about half an hour. What's that down there? Is that the coffee shop? Oh, this rain doesn't look too good. Made it. Ah, Lou's Cafe, that looks pretty good. Ah, very nice. Oh. Oh, wow. Ah, yes, they also have a restaurant here. So far, so good. The coffee's coming. Thanks very much. The coffee's here, and I've still got 40 minutes before the bus leaves. The bus leaves at 9:10, and it's only 8:30, so that's not too bad. Doing well. Oh, that's good. Now, while we've still got a few minutes before the bus leaves, I'll just give you a quick tour of Kempsey. Real quick, actually. Go up to the main street. I haven't been to Kempsey for about 4 years. And the last time I was here was just before they put the highway bypass in. And it was a very busy town, trucks going through and everything. But now I can imagine it's a lot quieter. Okay, here's the main street. It's still busy, but not as busy as it was a few years ago, all the trucks going through. Now, if I had a bit more time, I'd take you down to the river, down to the banks of the river to have a look at the river. But I just haven't got the time. I better get over here and be ready for this bus when it arrives. Well, here we are back at the bus stop. It looks like I'm not the only person riding on the bus today. There's a few others here to join me. There's a bus going to Crescent Head. I'll have to do a video on that next. Ah, here it is now, the 340 to Port Macquarie. Now, of course, if you've got a seniors card, don't forget to show that to the driver and ask him for a red ticket. And you'll be able to go to Port Macquarie, down to Kendall and back, and right back to Kempsey for just $2.50. Now, the driver accepts cash and credit cards. Opal card isn't accepted on the bus, of course. Looking good, we're on our way. A little bit concerning. I just spoke. There's a bus inspector on the bus, and he's giving the driver. He must be a new driver, and he's giving him some lessons. And I told him I was going to catch the Kendall bus from Port Macquarie, and he says, "Oh, I'm not sure if we'll make it or not. The bus is already running about 12 minutes late." Anyway, I have to keep my fingers crossed. Well, Kempsey is the birthplace and home of a very well-known Australian country music artist. Of course, he certainly needs no introduction here. I'd really like to play some of his music here, but due to copyright laws, I'm unable to do that. But I hope you enjoy the country music I've got playing now, and then I'll continue on for the next couple of minutes as we cruise along down into Port Macquarie. Next stop is Telegraph Point. Well, I was hoping to give you a quick look around Port Macquarie, a quick walk around town, but that's not going to happen because the bus inspector just came up and told me that they're going to hold the Kendal bus up at Port Macquarie for me. So we'll just get off this bus and straight onto the Kendal bus and keep going. Oh well, that's travel. Bit of a traffic snarl around here due to the voting. We just stopped back there to pick up a couple of blokes and they get on and the bus is already running about 20-25 minutes late, but they get on and they have a yarn to the driver and get their tickets and take their seat. You certainly don't get that in the big city.
It looks like my bus down to Kendal in front of us. I better check with the driver. This my bus is?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Still got a couple of years.
Oh, okay then.
Maybe one.
Oh, all right.
Have a good day.
Can grab a cup of coffee.
I don't have time for a coffee.
Right. Thank you for your help. Thank you, driver. That's it, all right. 3 Street to Kendal. G'day, mate. How's it going? Yeah, thanks. I'll get my
Well, that certainly was a lucky connection. The driver just informed me that we're running about 4 minutes late. Welcome to Port Macquarie. Now here we are at Port Macquarie's main bus stop on Clarence Street near Hay Street, and it's directly across the road from the Glass House, so it's easy to find. Now this bus goes right past the Koala Hospital, and it's just up here a little bit further. Here it is. There it is in there. Oh. I've been there and it really is good. It's well worth the trip. Well, it appears we have to change buses. That's quite good. The driver just came straight up next to the other bus, and we stepped straight across. Thanks, mate. See you later. Yep. Have a good day, mate. So do you. Thanks, mate. Oh, that's all right. That was a bit of fun. That was. Yeah.
Have a good one.
Well, we're off again. Oh, that was a bit of fun. I've never done that before. Something new every day. Well, we're back on the road again. Different bus, new driver. Who remembers Kew on the Pacific Highway? This used to be a really important stop. But then they built the motorway, and now the motorway just completely bypasses the town. But it's still here.
So this is the terminus. Thanks very much, driver. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Welcome to Kendal. I've got, it's just before 12 o'clock and my train leaves at 1:30. So I've got an hour and a half here to have a look around before the train leaves. Well, this is certainly a nice little town. Very nice. It's just before 12 o'clock and I left Kempsey at 9:10. That's a 3-hour bus ride basically. And this is certainly a welcome sight. Beautiful. Back on the road again. Better make my way down to the station. I've got about 26 minutes before the train leaves. And there's the railway station just down there. Another veggie garden. Oh, that looks nice. Cabbages, basil. Looks like zucchini over here. Carrots. What else we got? Beans. Ah, very nice. And that looks like Kendal railway station. Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. Tangelo marmalade. Well, I'm going to buy the Tangelo marmalade. That sounds like a good idea.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Thanks very much.
Yep, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Well, here we are back at Macksville, and if you stayed this long, I've assumed that you enjoyed the video. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which should be out next weekend. Okay, see ya, bye.